Lemon Pepper Lou is making his way back to a place where he was raised at in Atlanta, Georgia. Not a lot of players involved in this one. Swap me out for my guy, swap me out for your guy. Lou Williams of the Los Angeles Clippers has been traded to Atlanta to play for the Hawks. In exchange, the Hawks are giving up Rajon Rondo, so we go vet for vet, different types of players. One's a bucket getter. The other's trying to make sure everybody around him gets buckets. To me, both teams feel the need for a lot of different reasons. Let's start with the Atlanta Hawks here. This is the easy one. You get a guy who's associated with Atlanta. I think Lou's actually from my hometown of Memphis, but I know he was raised in Atlanta, Georgia for sure. You get Lou Will. Atlanta loves Lou Will. Lou Will is here with AEBL. It's a basketball summer league a lot in Atlanta. Lou Williams is always in Atlanta anyway. I think he's got a crib here in Atlanta. So that's obviously a great fit for him. He probably finished his career in Atlanta. For Lou, I know he wanted to get a championship. Things just didn't work out with him with the Clippers. Lou gets to come home, get to that Magic City strip club as much as he needs. Be them lemon pepper wings are going to be fire with Lou back in town. I'm assured of that. And, he gets to get buckets. I'm sure the Hawks can just throw him into those rotations, especially late in games. Lou is a guy that can still be clutch down the stretch. Put him next to Trae Young down the stretch. And then we go over to the Clippers. They felt a big need. I think this is a home run get. To me, the Clippers are the winners. I know a lot of teams made moves. I know the Nuggets got big guys. But to me, the winner of the trade deadline is the Los Angeles Clippers. They went out and got Rajon Rondo. I told you a couple days ago, the Clippers, as great as they are, as great as Kawhi is, as great as Paul George is, Marcus Morris can get it going any given night. The Clippers needed a guy to put these dudes in positions to win. Kawhi, as great as he is, he can be a playmaker, but he's not the playmaker you like him to be down the stretch. PG, same thing. Take that stress off these guys. Don't let people – you got teammates looking like, yo, you supposed to be giving me the ball, calling out Kawhi and PG. They don't want those type of responsibilities. They don't want to talk. Now you bring in a guy that will talk. Rajon Rondo, just 6 months ago, he was hoisting up the trophy with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now he's back in L.A. with the Clippers trying to do the same thing. And if he's able to win a back-to-back ring like this, once with the Lakers, once with the Clippers, I could argue that's as impressive a two-peat we've seen in quite some time. I already got a ring with Boston. You telling me Celtics, Lakers, and Clippers? You're telling me Rajon Rondo, he wouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He would not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But if he leads, if it's clear like he's the piece that puts him over the top, a team that blew a 3-1 lead last year, if he's the guy that can come in and give you 9 to 11 assists a night, you're telling me Rondo maybe on the third try couldn't sneak into the Hall of Fame one day? I believe he could. That's me. If he's able to get the Clippers to a championship, shoot, I think he could. Rondo was brought into Atlanta to mentor Trae Young. I don't know anything about that relationship. I haven't reached out to anybody to ask how that relationship went. I'll actually do that. But I haven't so far as I make this video. I just don't think Rondo's the type of leader that's going to work well with Trae. If you kind of get to know their personalities from afar, they don't seem like they would mesh well. Trae's trying to shoot the cover off the basketball. Rondo's trying to play a smarter brand of basketball than that. I just didn't see that from the beginning. I thought my Lakers should have kept Rondo. We did not. I think that's a big blow. Not only did we not keep him, we give him to our rival. Rondo, a guy he's like a second brain on the court. Him and LeBron last year were able to think the Lakers offense too. No one in the NBA knows Anthony Davis better than Rajon Rondo. If you're telling me the Clippers and the Lakers got to face off in the conference finals, I already thought the Clippers had a better team, but for sure there's no way I'm picking my Lakers, and I'm just being honest, to beat the Clippers if you're adding Rajon Rondo to the mix. No way. He knows Frank Vogel's offense. He knows AD as good as anybody. Him and LeBron were like co-brain thinkers on the court for the Lakers. They were like on the court coaches last year. He was a co-leader. I'd argue he probably was a bigger leader than Anthony Davis was in the Lakers locker room from a voice standpoint. Obviously, I know AD was a better player, but you now got him leaking information about the Lakers and getting it done for his team, putting Kawhi in positions. Kawhi don't got to be the primary ball handler. He could just be on that wing and get a bucket late in games. Yeah, that's probably going to help Kawhi's defense a lot. And we know Paul George, an overthinker. He admitted that his darn self. He don't got to worry about running the offense late in games. He could just be PG-13, a bucket getter. Home run move for the Clippers. Great move for them. To me, they're the favorites out west after that move. Let me know what you think about the Clippers acquiring Rajon Rondo. Big move, big move, big move. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr.Taliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr.Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.